Welcome to another episode of the Straight Edge Game Room. Today we're going to be reviewing Waku Waku 7. But first I'm going to bake some cookies and eat them all myself. Let's get into it. Originally released for the Neo Geo MVS and AES console comes Sunsoft's Waku Waku 7, a fighting game with a very meager roster, but a lot of personality and whimsical characters. I promise you, you're not going to be bored with this one. Don't let the number 7 fool you. Waku Waku 7 is not the sixth sequel to anything. It's about the 7 Waku Waku balls. Once you defeated your 7 opponents, you get the Waku Waku balls and make a wish. Or something. If I got any of that wrong, you guys can scold me down in the comments. Just don't say any naughty words. This is a family show. Waku Waku 7 is over the top, it's outlandish, and it's ridiculous. And that's part of the game's charm. It's overshadowed by other popular titles like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct. This game doesn't get as much love as those games, it doesn't get as much notoriety, but it's a lot of fun nonetheless, even to this day. Everyone who's into fighting games should check this one out at least once. I followed the directions of the cookie mix, but it wasn't emulsifying, so I added more water and it became so thin that I had to add some brownie mix to it. I don't want to say what that looks like. I still need some practice mastering some of the mechanics of the gameplay, and I haven't gotten the X's down to a science, but it's still a lot of fun, irregardless, no matter how much I stink at it. But I still managed to get to the end and beat the game. Two of my favorite characters to play with are Maruru and Arena. Maruru looks like a stuffed animal from a Japanese prize machine, and you can tell that he's heavily inspired by Totoro. But he's a very amusing character and he's a lot of fun to play with. Each of these characters are whimsical in their own right. They're all over the top, but they're all very likable. Except for Slash, that guy kinda gets on my nerves. Arena is another character I like to play as. She's a cute bunny girl with a lot of moves, and man, she's got a really fine jacket. She must have bought that at Dillard's. Now, if you're one of those die-hard collectors who wants this game on its original hardware, I gotta warn you, it is very expensive. You might have to take a mortgage out on your house, and I don't recommend you to do that. It's also very expensive if you want to collect it on the Sega Saturn. Not only that, it's in Japanese, and you would have to get a memory card that allows you to play foreign games on your American Sega Saturn. However, this version I'm playing right here was only $8 on the PlayStation Store, which I downloaded to my PS4, and it's a steal for a game this awesome. It could be because I stink at this game, but there are times that this game feels like it's cheating, and the characters just play unfair, and they just fight downright dirty. But what do you expect? This was an arcade game which was designed to rob you of your quarters. But it's still a fun game nonetheless. Let's go check up on those cookies. Oh yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look great? Ah, man, this stuff's like napalm. Ow. That's pretty terrible. This DLC port contains 3 different modes that you can mess around with. None of them add anything to the gameplay. They're not particularly interesting, but it's nice that they added them, and they're there if you want them, but I could do without them. Once you defeated all 7 fighters, you collect all the 7 Waku Waku balls and reach the final boss, whose name is Fernandez. The final boss is the most absurd and ridiculous final boss I've seen in any game up to date, and they named him Fernandez. What are they gonna name the final boss in the sequel if they ever make one? Rogelio? The world needs to know. If video games are a part of your family game night, what are you waiting for? Get this game and download it immediately. This is a game you need to introduce to the youngins. It's a lot of fun, it'll bring you all closer together. Not only that, it's dirt cheap, so what are you waiting for? Thanks for tuning in to the Straight Edge Game Room. If there are any games or any accessories you'd like me to review, please leave your comments down below. Like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care. Hey, when you let it settle down for a bit, it does taste better. But these cookies are still ruined.